right, Mr. Teleferro TV, how's everybody doing out there? We got a Woj bomb in the atmosphere this afternoon. He just reported on a trade that has taken place between the Houston Rockets and the Chicago Bulls that will see Houston Rockets forward Carmelo Anthony traded to the Chicago Bulls. Now, let me go ahead and set off this disclaimer for anyone asking. Carmelo Anthony will never play a game as a Chicago Bull. He will be bought out of his contract in Chicago, similar to how he was bought out of his contract in Atlanta when the Thunder traded him last summer, and he will be a free agent. Listen, I'm going to just break down why this happened right now. Here's what happened. So the Houston Rockets, I believe I told you guys about this on Friday or Saturday. The Houston Rockets have acquired Kenneth Faried, right? So when the Rockets acquired Kenneth Faried off waivers from Brooklyn, it pretty much brought this Carmelo Anthony situation back to the forefront. They kind of been like laying low. They've been having like some ups and downs as a team. The Rockets have pretty much been focused on their basketball team and getting better. We obviously know the tear that James Harden has been on the last 4 to 6 weeks, right? So the Rockets have just been in team mode. And I believe from ownership on down to the GM Daryl Morey, they've been trying to just kind of act like this Carmelo Anthony situation was going to fix itself. But when the Kenneth Faried situation hit the fan, again, Kenneth Faried is going to join the Rockets, but for him to join the Rockets, you need a roster spot for him. Right now, the Rockets are at capacity. So that's when this Melo situation hit the forefront again. So the Rockets over the weekend were trying to find trade partners for Melo to free up a spot for Faried so he could play immediately. Again, Clint Capella is out with an injury for about a month and a half, thumb injury. So you need a roster spot to get Melo. You got to get Kenneth Faried in the mix, but you got to get Melo out of the mix, right? He's the obvious choice. He's not with the team anymore. If you need a roster spot, get rid of the guy who ain't even traveling with the team anymore, who you guys have already agreed that you're going to part ways. So that's why this even became a thing this weekend. I believe the Rockets were always going to make a move on Carmelo Anthony by the deadline. It just, again, they were just letting it sit. And when this trade when they got Kenneth Faried off waivers, it brought everything with Carmelo Anthony back to the forefront over the weekend. The Rockets tried to find a trade partner for Carmelo Anthony. They could not find one. And after that, they just pretty much bought him out. All right, they're trading him to the Bulls, who are going to buy him out. So essentially, the Rockets bought out Carmelo Anthony. It was a trade that sent no players from the Bulls to Houston. Just a little cash consideration down the line. And I know people ask, why do teams like the Bulls even get involved in this mix? Just to be honest with you, it takes a player away from your roster in case they want to do something down the line, because they did buy Melo out. Honestly, it's kind of like a favor for a favor. Honestly, maybe down the line, the Bulls and Rockets will get in the mix with a trade, and maybe the Bulls will need the Rockets to be the third team in a trade that they're doing with another team or something like that. And again, it's a favor for a favor. Here's the reality of the situation. When the Bulls made the trade for Carmelo Anthony, they were pretty confident that he wasn't going to join their team. Right? They were pretty confident like Melo don't want to play for the Bulls. I don't know what Melo wants to do. I don't know if he wants to be a scorer. I don't know if he wants to play on a contender. You know, those things don't really go hand in hand. To me, his best opportunity to play would be on a team like the Bulls, where they have open minutes right now. They got some Jabari Parker issues going on. But again, if Melo doesn't want to play for the Bulls, if he wants to play on a contender team, to me, that would see him closer to the end of the bench if he's on a contending team. So it's like a lot going on there. But the Bulls knew Melo wasn't going to want to play for him. So it was a favor for a favor. Essentially, the Rockets bought him out. And instead of them buying Melo out personally, they traded him to someone else to do their dirty work. And that's the reality of the situation. Again, Carmelo Anthony will never play a game as a Chicago Bull. This trade will be made official tomorrow. And I'm going to be honest with you. Because it's Martin Luther King Day, the offices are closed with the NBA. So even then, the Rockets are going to have to release one of their guys. It's probably going to be Nunnally. All right, I believe that's what's going to end up happening to get Kenneth Faried in the lineup tonight. They're going to probably have to release Nunnally. And even then, so it kind of was a pointless trade, but they're probably going to have to release James Nunnally for today because they want to get Faried in the lineup. I believe they play tonight, if I'm not mistaken. They want to get him in the lineup ASAP, and the offices for the NBA are closed today. So that trade with Carmelo Anthony won't be made official until tomorrow. But the 34-year-old veteran has been officially traded and pretty much bought out. He's not going to play. Yeah, the Rockets play the Philadelphia 76ers tonight. So the Rockets made that trade thinking, okay, we'll get Carmelo out of the fold and be able to bring Kenneth Faried in now, you know, and have him play tonight. But the NBA offices are closed, so that trade won't be official till tomorrow. But it gives them all the reason to just take care of this Carmelo Anthony situation right now, and it is done. All right, it's done. He's traded to the Bulls. They buy him out, so it's the best thing for both teams. Melo's going off the Rockets, and now Melo will be a free agent looking for a destination. His agent claims that there are about 4 teams interested in him. By the way, those 4 teams did not want to trade for Carmelo Anthony. They'd rather sign Carmelo Anthony outright as a free agent. You can give him like $1-2 million, right? They don't want to trade for Melo and give up one of their second-round picks or anything like that for Carmelo. They don't believe he's worth it. At best, he puts a couple butts in the seats. And at best, he's a scorer off your bench at this point in his career. We'll see what happens, though. I'm interested in this Carmelo Anthony story because I don't believe there's a lot of interest. I told y'all yesterday, I'll tell y'all again, I believe Carmelo Anthony's days as a player are over. I don't believe he's playing another game in the NBA. We will see. I hope he gets his opportunity to play, but then again, I don't want to see somebody that I got a lot of love and respect for go out like this. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, support. I don't take it for granted. Salute. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. You are now tuned in.
Yeah, we locked in right now, Mr.
Telefair. Mr. Telefair.
Mr. Telefair.
Mr. Telefair.
Shout out to Mr. Telefair.
You're watching Mr. Telefair TV.
Mr. Telefair TV. Here with the Triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.